Let's start with our Wuji posture. The feet are parallel and hip width. Feel the earth under your feet. Sink your hips. It's like you're about to sit into a chair. Open up your arms, knees face forward, toes face forward. Lift up through the crown of your head like you're lifting up to the sky. That's going to open and elongate the spine. Allow the arms to come out a little bit to allow free movement underneath the arms. Stand, get comfortable, spread roots, grow roots into the earth. Growing roots into the earth. And then opening up to that earth energy, letting it just come bubbling up through the soles of the feet, through the arch of the foot, the forward arch of the foot, that K1 point right there, but under the foot, the kidney point. Opening, cleansing, and then also feeling that heavenly chi, that yang chi, bright, sunny chi, flowing into the crown of the head, the temples, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the throat, the shoulder area. And let those two energies merge and harmonize. Breathe. Keep a little bit of a bend in the knee. Keep some structure to your legs, like you're holding a balloon between the thighs, like a rider on horseback. Breathe. Breathe from the belly. Dantian. Here. And then let's do some gentle arm swinging, getting that nice gentle stretch through the abdomen, keeping the knees pointing forward. Ringing the bell or ringing the gong, sometimes called ringing the temple gong. And feel that nice stretch. Notice any areas that are tighter or more open, and allowing everything to gradually open up. So we're cleansing the organs, opening the channels, clearing blockages. Starting to turn the head with the body. Moving the arms slowly up the body, gently tapping on the body, tapping on the kidney channel, up here, and towards the shoulders, gently tapping on the shoulders, that little divot in front of the shoulder called the shoulder's nest. Let the breath be free and easy. And walking the hands back down. Nice, open and easy, like a rag doll. Sometimes if you close your eyes for a moment, if that feels good, you can tune in more into the inner world and the inner stretch. There we go. Okay. Coming back to center, relax in the arms. All right. Standing again, let's do some clearing and purging of stagnant chi. We're gonna come out to the side, exhale, inhale, out, in. Keep those knees pointing forward. And the abdomen is turning a little bit. This is called the qua, the inguinal fold, inguinal crease. So we're closing and opening that crease, that qua. There, there. And turning the head with the direction. Exhale and inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And back to center. Relax, relax the arms. Let's do our 5 intentions. Let's draw that earth chi up. Open, embrace the heavenly, warm, golden light, letting it funnel in through the crown, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the throat, the mouth, the shoulders. Float the hands down. Feel the connection here at the belly. Feel the magnetic field, vibration, tingling. Play around with that magnetic field, noticing where it feels strongest. Just holding the magnetic field. Release, release into the earth. Discard stagnant chi. Clear, open. Feel the chi. Eyes open wide, like you can see everything. See the chi. Float the hands down. Feel the connection at the dantian. Relax the shoulders. Discard stagnant chi into the earth. Let's swing over to the edge of one foot. Swing over to the edge of the other foot. We can do that a few times. Swinging in the ragdoll position. Opening up the outer hip. Very gently swinging from side to side. Nice and relaxed and supple and smooth movements. Looking at the back edge, the back heel, and the back heel to the other side. And draw that earth chi up, big inhale. Open up to the heavenly chi, funnel that golden warm elixir in through the crown, the eyes, the nose, the ears, the mouth, the throat. Floating the hands down. Feel the connection again at the belly. Storing chi at the belly. Slide the hands along the belt channel. Moving the shoulders and elbows and wrists and fingers. Squeeze the shoulders as you come back. Nice, smooth, fluid motion. Sliding and gliding along that belt channel. Forward again, feel that magnetic field. Sink into the earth. Discard stagnant chi. Draw up fresh chi, letting it bubble up. Opening the arms up to the sky, inviting that heavenly golden chi in. Floating the hands down. Feel the connection at the belly. Slide the hands along the belt channel a few times. This is the main horizontal meridian that connects many of the vertical channels. Hands come back down, float down into the earth. Ragdoll, release any tension or stress into the earth where it renews like compost. Douse that earth chi up, open up to the sky, open the eyes, float the hands down. Store the chi at the dantian. Discard stagnant chi. So we feel the chi, eyes open wide, see everything. Bring inside, store, and discard. And back to standing. So we'll move into our Shibashi 1, Shibashi, Shiba 18, Shi 10, Ba 8. She is form, so 18 form in Mandarin. I'm just going to turn around for a quick second as we do the preparation step. It's the same preparation step we do when we do the Tai Chi form, the Yang style Tai Chi form. So we have our ankles together. Find your center point, find your still point. Breathe. Relax the shoulders. Tuck the chin slightly. Sink into this leg, right leg. As you do, you'll naturally wind into that inguinal crease, the quad. As you meet resistance, step out with the left foot. Sink the weight into the left leg. Close that quad. Right toes come forward. As you return to the center, your feet are now hip width and parallel. Back to the Wuji posture. Raise the water from the well. Slide the hands down. Full body movements, like you're opening a parachute. Remember if you play that as a kid, when a bunch of kids would get in a circle and they'd all open a parachute together and then watch it float down, and how it hits that nadir and suspends itself before it floats down. That's what you're looking for. That's what you'll find. Like that famous zero gravity flight has a nickname. I'm not going to say the nickname right now. You may know it. And slide down, slide down, slide down. And open the heart, open the chest. And back. And down. A little bit of a rock, bend the knees a little bit, protects the back, right? Open. Feel that opening. And rock back in a controlled way. Open, play the accordion. Open. Nice. We're gonna float the hands up overhead. Feel the energetic crown. Paint the rainbow. Follow the rainbow with your eyes. Paint the rainbow, track the rainbow. Goes down, back up, over into the other hand. Imagine what that looks like, what it feels like. All the colors. Imagine what all those colors would look like. Being as creative as you'd like. It can be a traditional stacked rainbow, or it could be going, from the colors could be kind of horizontally stacked or vertically stacked, whatever you'd like. Painting the rainbow. And there we go. Hands face each other, then they face away from each other, out to the horizon, deep into the earth. And clear, and then cross the other way, crossing at the inner and outer gates, about 3 finger widths up from the wrist crease. Key points, key channels on the pericardium, the heart protector channel, as well as the triple warmer channel associated with metabolism and the endocrine system, the thyroid. Scooping in one way, clear, and then the wrist cross the other way. Feel that connection, and then clear. And then we're going to repulse the monkey. So we'll hold the ball like this. One hand on top, the other hand on the bottom. Hands are nice and relaxed in a relaxed, curved position. The hand that's on the bottom, just let gravity take that hand back, and we embrace out to the side, right here. Slide something off your wrist. Embrace out to the other side. Slide, embrace. Gravity takes the hand back. There we go. And then you end up in with a smooth fluid motion, like a perpetual motion machine, using very little effort. Nice, open, smooth, and fluid. Repulse the monkey. Feeling that twisting and stretching through the middle jowl, the middle abdominal cavity. The stomach and spleen, pancreas area. Stomach, spleen, pancreas. And also getting a little bit into the liver and gallbladder too. So like this whole, right? That whole section. You can feel that gives it a good massage. Very effective. Repulse the monkey. Now we row the boat. Let's row the boat forward, exploring the range of motion in the shoulder socket. If you have any issues with your shoulders, don't feel any pain, you can make those circles as small as you like. So they can be big like this, or they could be small like this. You just want to be symmetrical. So whatever you're able to do on one side, you match it on the other. There we go. And then pause, reverse, ball and socket joint. This is a good one to do every day. You've all heard about when sometimes people get older, they get retired, they might not be reaching up a lot, And that's kind of thing, if you go a couple of weeks and you don't do this, all of a sudden you can't do this anymore. So it's use it or lose it, like a lot of things. And so that's, all these are very beneficial to, keep your movement going every day, keep everything open and working. So now we're going to hold up the ball. So transfer the weight, scoop, cross, transfer the weight the other side, hold up the ball, looking into your hand like you're proud, you're presenting something, you're saying, look, Ma, look what I have. And then release, hold up, release, hold up. Again, you can feel the twisting and stretching going on in the abdominal cavity, like a wave that comes up from the hip up to the other side. Very nice. So they appear to be simple movements, but when you tune in, there's really a lot going on, and they're deeper than they appear at first. Now we're going to open the tiger's mouth. This little area here, also called the Haegu, the large intestine 4 point right there. It's also called the tiger's mouth because it looks a little like a tiger's mouth. So this is opening the tiger's mouth. So we're gonna swing this, and then we're gonna come up here and look out a portal, opening the tiger's mouth like that. So that spot of the hand has that nickname in the Taoist Chinese culture, the tiger's mouth, but also it kind of looks like you might be opening a tiger's mouth, holding it with one hand, opening it with the other. So there you go, opening the tiger's mouth, turning to look out a portal. You can raise your heel up if that feels good. You can play around with that. Lets you get a little bit more of a stretch by raising your heel. Just keep that little bit of a bend in the knee. Don't want to, especially if you have knee issues, you want to make sure those knees are pointing forward, and you don't even need to turn very much if you find it better not to. There we go, opening the tiger's mouth. Okay. And now we're going to do brushing the knee. So this is number 9. There's 18, so this is the end of the last one of the first half, the front end. One hand comes up into the air like this, relax the wrist, so it kind of makes a pyramid shape. The other hand's down here, so this would be also a martial technique, so we'd be protecting the important parts of the body. Hand that's on top, we're going to turn in that direction. Hand that's on top, we're going to close the quad here, the inguinal crease, and we're winding up, and then we unwind, press with the fingertips, and then flex. And the motion is sink and rise, sink and rise. So I said this is also a martial technique. In a martial circumstance with an opponent or a play opponent, we would be pressing, and then we would watch the person, we imagine going through, sailing through the air. And that can also be thought of in a playful way, the way that puppies play, or lion cubs play. Some people don't like the martial imagery, so there's also that option to imagine it in a more playful way or a more serious way, whatever feels right to you. But it's all part of our self-defense and our healing are on the same spectrum. So you marshal that self-defense response, you marshal the healing response. And no pun intended with the word martial. There we go. There we go. Brushing the knee. Called brushing the knee, I always say, because why is it called brushing the knee? Not brushing the knee, but I guess from a distance, if you squint, it kind of looks like you're brushing your knee. There we go. One more. And then the other way. Okay. And now we're almost just going to go in the other direction, which I think is kind of neat. So this is 9 and this is 10. So it's the first half and the second half. And we're going to go in the opposite direction. So this is cloud hands, waving hands in the cloud. So Now one hand's on top, so one hand's on the bottom, similar to what we just did. Like I said, protect, we'd be protecting ourselves in a self-defense scenario. Hand that's on top, we're gonna move in that direction. Then we switch the hands in the vertical plane, move in the other direction. So we hit that resistance, scoop up, slide over, scoop up, hold something precious. There we go. Keep your hips tucked under a little bit. Keep that neutral pelvis. Keep that form in your lower half from the waist down. Knees pointing forward, toes pointing forward, a little bit of a bend in the knee. You can also play around with transferring the weight. Transfer the weight. Transfer, transfer. And this is also done stepping. When you do Tai Chi, it will be done stepping. So I'm stepping one direction and then close and again and close. And then I'm going to go the other way. Open, close, stepping, waving hands in the clouds, and stepping. Nice and smooth, fluid motions. That's going to benefit. The smoothness and fluidity will benefit the liver. And now we move to our 70-30. 70-30, so the one foot's out a little bit in front of the other. Like that. Doesn't matter which way you start, we're going to do both sides. Weight starts on the back foot, transfer the weight forward. This hand comes under, switch back. So whatever foot's out in front, that hand comes under, and then it's going to be on the outer side, just like the outer foot and the outer hand. Outer foot, outer hand, transfer the weight. There we go. And again, you can see we're at that inner and outer gate on the hand, about 3 finger widths up from the wrist crease. Key points there. Back to the center, out to the other side, 70-30. Transfer the weight forward and back. Pushing and pushing with the feet, pressing. That's how we transfer the weight. We don't even think about it, but we're pressing back and releasing forward. Keep breathing, letting the movement and breath naturally coordinate. There we go. And other side. Withdraw and push. Withdraw, toes come up, heel comes up. Withdraw and push. Making that ellipse shape. Do one more. And back to the center. And the other side. Extend out, elbows back, withdraw, and press. Nice. And press. Withdraw, and press. Making that shallow U, that ellipse shape. Just one more. Back to the center. And then the dove spreads its wings, toes up. Everything comes forward. And then back, open, flip the fingers back. Everything comes forward, and then everything comes back. And back to the center on the other side. Everything comes forward and then back. Forward and back. Let's do one more. Punching with eyes narrowed, clearing liver, clearing stagnant liver chi, stagnant liver heat. Stand with our high horse posture, making fists. The forearms are perpendicular to the rib cage. High horse posture, right? Punch, narrow the eyes, squeeze the fist, squeeze the toes, narrow the eyes. Put on your game face. Release, gather, and punch. Release, gather, punch, squeeze. Release, gather, punch, squeeze. And there you go. There you go. All right. the crane movement to the side. Knee, heel up, knee up if you'd like. Float down, heel, knee. There we go. The crane flaps its wings. Nice. Great. Then we circle the ball of chi 3 times. Imagine we have this energetic healing field in our hands. Imagine what that feels like. Feel that magnetic quality, that magnetic feeling. Play around with it a little bit so you can feel that quality. All right, now we're going to swing the ball, get it started. Swing about 3 times. Letting the healing light shine on us and each other. And the other way. And cloud stepping. I bring the feet a little bit closer for balance. One hand comes up. That hand is connected by a string to the opposite knee. When the hand comes up, it lifts the knee, and then we tap to clear the chi out the wrist. And tap. Lift and tap. And bring the knee up like that. There's another variation would just be to lift the heel. Cloud stepping. Number 17. And back to center. Number 18, calming the chi. Fill up like a fountain pen with chi from the earth. Float the hands down. Discards, clear stagnant chi. Up, fill up. Float the hands down and clear. Float the hands down, swish and clear. Like the tide coming in and out. And calming the chi. Stand and integrate and harmonize. Very nice. We can just take a minute and then we'll start with our Shibashi 2. So we'll start again in the Wuji posture to prepare for our Shibashi 2. Breathe, relax, smile inwardly, relax your back, neck, and shoulders. Breathe from the belly. Keep the toes and knees pointing forward. Tuck the chin down just a tiny bit, like you're saying yes. Tuck the hips under just a tiny bit, like you're thinking about sitting down. You can just feel that from the thighs a little bit. Brings you down a little bit. You can always rise back up if that gets uncomfortable. And also I notice sometimes when you go to sit back like that, the weight will shift to the heels. So you want to play around with the weight, get the weight centered again. So it's like you're sitting down, but your weight is nice and centered and distributed evenly through your feet, both feet. Okay. So we start with regulating the chi to regulate the breath. Hands come up. It looks a little bit like the first one of the Shibashi 1, but instead of going straight back down, we come out like that. So we regulate the chi, circulate the chi, letting the breath and the movement coordinate. Regulate the chi, and then we go to microcosmic orbit. Hands are together, up like this, and point up and out towards each other. Up and out. or cosmic orbit. We do about 6 repetitions. And then wind in the willows. Transfer the weight forward and back. Look forward. Look at the backhand. Toes come up, hand comes forward, weights on the back foot. Transfer, look back. Sway and flow, wind in the willows. Needles on the seafloor, point. Clearing those like channels. Needles on the seafloor. Casting the net. Moving into wise, immortal points the way. Immortal points the way. Number 6. Mischievous child kicking. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, in, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, ex, in, out. Worship the moon or greeting the moon. Number 8. Yellow dragon presents its claws. Drawing back the bow and shooting the arrow. Number 10. And twin dragons emerge from the sea. Other side, twin dragons emerge from the sea. Crossing the blue ocean. Lion plays with the ball. Form of opening the tiger's mouth. Once again, feel that stretch through the midsection. Tiger plays with the ball. And embracing the moon. Embracing the moon. Phoenix spreads its wings. Double wind strike. Circling the chi, hands around the platter. And reverse. Gathering and collecting chi to the dantian. Coming to hold a ball of chi at the dantian. Relax the shoulders. Stand. Hold the ball. Relax the hands and fingers. Relax the face. Relax the shoulders and lower back. Sink the tailbone. Scanning for any tension. Seeing if you can release that tension. Using only minimal effort to hold the position. Hold the hands at the dantian. Bring the hands down. Breathe with the earth. Point to the earth.